Hi, welcome back to NovelsNook. If you're new here, my name is Victoria, and for today I will be doing the name book tag, which is basically one of my favorite tags, one of my favorite challenges, and Caleb and Madison both have done theirs. You can check out the playlist that has both of their videos, and we'll have my video once I upload it, and you can check out all of those tags in that playlist because we all decided to do this challenge. So if you don't know what it is, well, basically you can watch their videos to figure out what it is, but it's basically you take your name and you kind of coordinate and correlate books with that letter of your name. You'll know. So I have a lot of different names and people call me, I have nicknames and my full name, whatever, and for this challenge I'm going to be using Victoria because it's long and it's going to be very fun to continue to talk about books. If I just did Tori, it's just four books. And so I'm doing Victoria. And to start it off, we're starting with V. I will be talking about Vicious by Victoria Schwab. I haven't read this yet, but I wanted to have this as the top in V because basically, well, once I saw this book and I kind of was looking into it and I was like, oh my gosh, I really want to read this, and I haven't read it yet, which is very disappointing. But yes, so Vicious is the first one and I really want to read it. If you guys have read it, let me know in the comments below what you think of it, and I'm really excited to read it, and hopefully I'll be able to pick it up and do a review for it. So the next letter I have is I. I'm going to be doing I Never by Laura Hopper. I did a whole video on this when we won it in a giveaway. Laura had sent it to us. Actually, Madison is currently reading it now. I was gonna, hold it up and show it to you guys. But she actually took that book and she's currently reading it now, so hopefully she will share her thoughts on it. I haven't read it yet, but she actually is reading it right now, which is super awesome. And you guys can check out that video to see more about what that book is, what it's about, and kind of see if you are interested in it, and maybe you guys will want to read it too. So the next book I have is C, which I actually have a C book. Ha! I have Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth. I actually haven't read this book yet, but I've had this on my shelf for forever. This is book number 1 in a series. I got this super cheap. We love to go to bookstores, NovelsNook, we love to go to Goodwill, Barnes and Nobles, and other places to check out their books, check out their sales, to get good books for cheap. And especially when you find hardcover books for, an inexpensive price, it blows my mind. So when I saw this at Goodwill, I was completely blown away by the fact that this beautiful hardcover book by Veronica Roth, which is a freaking Divergent author, for so cheap, like literally blew my mind. This was like $2. I was so excited, and I haven't read it yet. If y'all know that my TBR is big, you guys know, because everyone's like that. You have an on-growing shelf and an on-growing TBR pile that just continues to pile up, and you wonder, like, how did this ever happen? Like, I need another bookshelf. Like, it's insane. But no, I haven't read this yet, but I am getting to it, hopefully in the future. But that is C. We're getting there. We're getting close. So for T, I have Teach Me by Amy Lynn Steele. That was a phenomenal book. I actually don't have a hard copy of that book. I actually, when I had Kindle Unlimited, which I went through a phase where, like, I would only read books on my phone. I just don't like reading on my phone anymore, which is so weird. But I read that book, and there's actually 2 books to it. The first one is Teach Me, and I'm pretty sure the second one is Lessons Learned. But they were phenomenal. I loved the first one. The romance in that is absolutely spectacular. I love it. It kind of reminds me of Pretty Little Liars, the relationship between Arya and Ezra. I don't want to give too much away, but it's that kind of dynamic in Teach Me. It was a very good book. I'm pretty sure I finished that book in like record time. And I think I gave it 5 stars as well. It was really good. I do recommend it. And it's just a really fun summer romance that you guys get to read, and then it continues on, and it was really good. I was just thinking back to it. I was like, wow, that was actually a really good book. Yeah, actually both of them were really, truly amazing books. So check that one out. O was a little bit tricky. So for O, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I found this on my bookshelf. This is One Less Problem Without You by Beth Harbison. And this is about, I'm pretty sure, 3 different girls. 3. It says I've got 99 problems, but you can't be one. I'm pretty sure it's about like these 3 girls that come together. 3 women suddenly find themselves together at their own different crossroads. It's about hope, love, strength, magic, whatever. I got this probably cheap. Yeah, this was another like Goodwill's like cheap hardcover book that I was like, sure, I'll get this. I haven't read this yet, but I thought I would put it in. What really, you know, got me intrigued was on this. It says, includes delightful summertime drink recipes. And I was like, okay, sure. No, but I haven't read this book. But another one that I was going to talk about was not this one. This one was just kind of like a random O that I found on my bookshelf. But I was also thinking about talking about Othello by William Shakespeare. I read Othello, I want to say last year, 2 years ago. I am not into plays and that kind of reading. I'm not into, like, I do fancy and I do like William Shakespeare. I do like his writing, and all of, you know, Romeo and Juliet, great, Othello, Macbeth, others that aren't coming to my head right now. But I did read Othello and I actually really did like it. It's definitely one of his better works, I do believe, and I don't know, I really did like Othello. But it's not something like I would read again and like, I've read it, it's done, it's in the past, whatever. But that was another O that I wanted to mention that I did read, because a lot of these books I haven't read yet, which is, it's just, I have a TBR pile, but then I'll buy a book and then I'll read that and then I'll just keep doing that cycle, and then all the books that I planned on reading are forgotten. So I have a lot of books that I just end up not reading, which is sad. But okay, so we'll do that for O or Othello, whichever one works. So for R, I have Reach by Ali Condé. Phenomenal. I love Ali Condé. I love her books. Matched, Crossed, Reached. My favorite. I think those were probably my first books that really got me into reading. Like, those were like the books that got me. I mean, besides like childhood books, but like those were the books that made me want to read and want to read series and kind of dive more into books altogether. Reached, I do believe, is the last one. Yeah, I loved Matched. Matched, that's such a good read. If you haven't read the Matched series, oh my gosh, you're missing out. I love those books. I loved all of the characters. For R, I have Reached. For I have Ignite Me by Tahira Mafi, which is amazing. I haven't read that series yet. There are a few, I might even make a video on popular series that I have not read yet, because there's a lot and it's kind of scary. But that is one of the Shatter Me series, is a series that I have not read yet. But I'm really kind of like missing out, I think, because I've heard so many great reviews and such, you know, high ratings for this series and all the books. And actually on a Barnes & Noble trip, Madison actually bought, I think, the first 3. And so maybe when she's done reading those, I'll be like, hey, can I read those? And for the last letter, thank God, I never thought it would come to this. Like, I never thought that I would get to this, because this video seems like it's taking forever, which usually happens when I'm making videos. I'd be like, yeah, this is such a quick concept. Like, I'm pretty sure Madison's and Caleb's was like 4 to 6 minutes. Mine's gonna be like 30, knowing me, because I just talk forever and I can't help it. But for A, Victoria, we're ending on A. All the Bright Places. I come across lots of videos and lots of talk about books that you've liked at one point and you liked, but then you kind of changed your mind about. This is All the Bright Places. I wanted so badly to love this book. like in my head, I knew exactly what was gonna happen in this book. I saw the relationship, I saw the journey and the storyline, and I immediately guessed what was gonna happen in the end. I wasn't surprised at all. And as I'm thinking about this, and when I talk about this book, yes, I like the ideas of it talking about suicide, the ideas of it talking about anxiety and, you know, everything that happens through this book. I like that the characters are going through something, that the author, you know, definitely picks up on that and talks about this, because mental illness and issues like that are a big deal and are issues that we need to talk about. From someone who's, you know, suffers from mental illness and, you know, anxiety and stuff like that, it's great to see those throughout books, and definitely, you know, have a novel and many books centered around stuff like that. But when it came to this book, I guess I just wanted to like it so much that I didn't. Like, I do like this book, don't get me wrong. This is a good book and I do recommend you reading it, but it's one of those books that, like, I gave a 5 stars to, and then I had to, like, go back and really ask myself, is this a book you truly loved? And it's good, but, like, I love books that leave me surprised and leave me wondering what's gonna happen next. And I love the characters. I love Violet and Finch, and everything in the story is great, but I knew what was gonna happen. I wasn't surprised at all. Like, I saw it coming, which no spoilers, like, I don't want to give anything away, but, like, I saw the ending clear as day, and I think that kind of left me disappointed. So maybe I'll have to reread it again, but I'm not sure. Let me know your thoughts on it. Like, so many people love this book, and I get it. Like, I get why you like it. Do people feel the same way as me, or am I just a loner? Which happens, you know. People have their individual thoughts. I get that. But I want to know if anyone feels the same way. And what are your thoughts on it? Because I want to know, am I alone in this, or what's happening? But yeah, so to finish it off, All the Bright Places. So that was my The Name book tag, which took me forever, I know. So I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and comment down below your favorite book from this video, and let me know what your thoughts on All the Bright Places and Vicious, because I want to know your thoughts on All the Bright Places, and I want to know if I should read Vicious, and I'll see you guys next week with our book-related video. Bye! Is that her name? Oh my god. Yes. Okay, starting over. There's just a random lawnmower going on right now, and I just don't know where it's coming from. V-I-C-T... Oh, for O I have... Is someone really mowing the lawn right now?